All right, I've covered this before, but we're talking about the back nine mindset. If you're in this position, whether you're in your 40s, your 50s, your 60s, your 70s, your 80s, your 90s, your 100s, you may have faced this feeling where you just feel like you're kind of being put out to pasture. I'm here to remind you that you're definitely not being put out to pasture. The world needs your unique voice. Stick around. I think that we're in this kind of environment where you're supposed to have figured it all out, made it, whatever that means to you, right? Success is very personal. But society, again, there's a lot of quotes here, inverted commas as we call them. Society tells us that you're supposed to have, conducted your life in a perfect timeline, right? You've gone to college, you've done your master's degree, your postgrad, whatever it is you're doing. You've got the perfect career. You've figured out everything that you need to figure out, your job, your career path, and by a certain age, and by the time you're 30 or your mid-30s, you're well underway in your career, and you've truly figured it out, and then by the time you're married maybe, and you've got your 2.5 kids and your beautiful house and 7 bedrooms, 65 bathrooms, whatever, 10 car carport, whatever it is that is your version of success. Like I said before, society's telling us that we're supposed to have all this stuff figured out, and I'm so happy if you're one of those lucky humans who have got it all figured out. More power to you, and God bless you. And then when you hit 65 and you're retiring and your Social Security and whatever else is happening, you're kind of pushed out to pasture, right? Which doesn't seem terribly smart for us as a society to get all of that wisdom and just push it away. So I call that the back nine mindset, right? And I've been thinking about this a lot. I think I did a video on this earlier, a few months ago, because it just started to come up. I'm in my mid-50s now. Excuse me. I revere wisdom. When there's someone who is, and again, maybe it's not necessarily related to age specifically, but there's something about our elders who have lived experiences, who have experienced different ups and downs. Again, I believe life isn't a straight line, that's for sure. It's full of undulations and varying degrees of turbulence, right? But I believe that most folks who are in their 60s or 70s or 80s, 90s, have such wonderful stories that they can tell, such wonderful wisdom that they can impart. And I believe that we make the mistake of forgetting that, or the younger generation might be a little bit too confident that they just kind of, ignore that. I believe that your back nine mindset, again, back nine relating to the golfing metaphor, there's 18 holes in golf, right? The back nine, the final 9 holes is where the game is won or lost. I believe the back 9 years of your life can be the most, not most profitable, but profitable in the sense of successful, like a new part of the journey, right? Where you've forgotten about all the ego stuff. You've gotten over all that BS. And now you're in a part of your life where you're a lot more liberated, let's say. You've forgotten about, or you've let go of all the need to impress, but you've also captured and you've caught and you've received so much wisdom and life experience, right? Now it's a perfect time for us, still got a bit of a cold for some reason, for us back niners, right? It's the perfect time for us folks who are maybe emerging into a a different time or different aspect of their journey. I am certainly, as you know, I've been talking about my book. I've just published this book, right? My career, the industry that I've been working in for 30 plus years, film and television, has changed dramatically, right? The whole industry is kind of, I hate to say it, but it's in the toilet a bit. There's massive shifts happening. There's AI, right? There's the streamers, everything seems to have shifted a lot. There's a lot of people who haven't worked a lot, right? So it's really an interesting and challenging time. So how do you shift with all, like say for example myself, I've been doing this for 30 plus years, traveled the world, had some incredible experiences, met some amazing people, done some incredible projects, lived my dream life. And now what, right? Things have shifted. The work has shifted completely, right? So I'm mid-50s. I still have a lot to offer, I believe. A lot I want to give. It's not just about needing or wanting to work. There's a lot I want to give, right? I believe that fully. And I've discovered recently, obviously platforms like YouTube, TikTok even, it's fantastic, LinkedIn, these fantastic platforms where you can, I'll speak for myself, I can show up, speak authentically, like I spoke about last week, right? Authentically, organically, right? Your unique offering, and someone will bound to want to catch that. This morning I was on, it's Monday, right? Whatever it is, the 17th of March, 2025. I was on a TikTok live, and this incredible young person from Africa, from Kenya, she tapped in immediately. She could hear what I was talking about. We were meditating and talking about spiritual practice. She picked up immediately, and then she went and bought my book, right? So all that to say is that I'm just reiterating and reinforcing this notion that the back 9 years of your life can be the most productive, influential, inspirational, right? We need you. The world needs your unique voice, right? I encourage you. Reach out to me. All my details will be somewhere in the description. I've got courses on how to support you in your, it's called content creation these days. You're a content creator, which just means you're a storyteller and you have some stories and wisdom to teach, right? But I'm here to support you in that journey. Let me just check my notes. Of course, we know about all these really kind of well-known characters of the last, let's say, 100 years who have really just taken off in these back 9 years. One of the most inspiring humans that I think I've read about and watched is Julia Childs. She didn't have her hit TV show till she was 50 years old, right? And she was one of the most I don't know, influential, whatever you want to call it, personalities in the United States. Huge. Her books, massive sellers, right? So many characters. There's so many characters. What's his name? Neville Goddard, a huge giant in spiritual teaching of the last 100 years. Some of his most influential and powerful talks were in his 60s. Who else is there? Obviously, we know about Colonel Sanders, Grandma Moses. Who else we got? I got a bunch of notes here. Sorry, bit of a break there. Sir Alexander Fleming discovered penicillin at age 47. Peter Roget published his first thesaurus at age 73. And I didn't know this, but C.S. Lewis, Chronicles of Narnia series, began publishing when he was in his 50s. Right? So I'm just going through my notes here. Please correct me if it's wrong. You think it's wrong? Right. Colonel Sanders was 65. Ray Kroc, McDonald's, 52. Julia Child, we mentioned, 50. Toni Morrison won the Nobel Prize in Literature, age 62. Louise Hay, founder of Hay House, age 60. She published You Can Heal Your Life at age 58. Frank McCourt published Angela's Ashes at age 66. Fantastic. Grandma Moses, Anna Mary Robertson, started painting at age 78 and became a world famous artist. Here we go. Laura Ingalls Wilder published her first Little House book, aged 65. Phenomenal. There is so much wisdom out there. There is so much knowledge that we just kind of forget about and put on the out to pasture. Right? I encourage all of my fellow back niners to speak up, to somehow find, if you want to, right? If you want to, if you feel inspired to. This is the time now where you don't have to be hanging out in the pasture. You can be doing that too, right? But I believe it's your duty. You have some wisdom. Maybe you have a book you want to write, right? Maybe you want to be a photographer, or maybe you want to teach everything that you've learned about finance, about law, about medicine, whatever it is. Now's the time. The platforms are here. The platforms are free, right? Your classroom is infinite, right? Your classroom on YouTube or on TikTok Live is infinite, right? And you can also make money at it if that's what you want. So here, check in with me. My details are below. I've created a bunch of courses, the Content Creator Cheat Code course, to very organically and simply support you in the journey. Or just send me a message. I'm here for you. And I encourage you, use your voice. It's your duty. You have a great story. You have a lot of wisdom to teach. Hit me up. We'll talk to you soon. We'll see you on Thursday. Cheers.